Welcome to this Able Radio podcast. We have a special guest with us in the studio, a person who is familiar with everyone at Able and has recently been a household name across the country for his fantastic journey on Britain's Got Talent. It's the one and only Travis George.
Oh, James. Oh, guys, thank you so much. What a beautiful warm welcome back to Able. I gotta say, guys, it is absolutely magnificent what you guys have done here. I mean, walking into this office again after being gone for so long and seeing such a professional, amazing look, all this technology around here, and you guys with your headphones and everything, it's so great to see. Thank you for the warm welcome back, guys.
Who is Travis George?
Now that is a very, very good question. Now, I tried to get this across on Britain's Got Talent, but of course, as you know, when it comes to television, you're on such a condensed time, and each performer only has those 2 minutes to get themselves across. So, I'm Travis George, and I'm an actor and a singer and performer, I guess you could say. It's a simple way to say, from obviously South Wales. I'm a Cumbrian local, so you guys can be happy with that one.
When did you think of applying to Britain's Got Talent?
Well, originally, I had no confidence in that whatsoever. So when the opportunity came across, just like pretty much every other kind of opportunity that came my way professionally, I instantly said, no way. Because as you guys know, and I'm sure that you will identify with this a lot, I struggle with a lot of self-confidence and self-doubt issues. I'm very, very much my worst enemy, which is very common, especially for people on the autistic spectrum or people who identify as such. And when that opportunity came about, if it wasn't for my mother, who happens to be here today, may I say, if it wasn't for her convincingly trying so hard to get me to try it, I never would have done it. So what got me to apply for BGT? Well, one, it was her, but two, because I knew that it was a fantastic platform and opportunity for someone who wants to show the world what they can do. You know, it's a fantastic platform, and the millions watch it.
What was the experience like?
Oh, what a loaded question. Honestly, Linda, it was absolutely sensational. Like, I could sit here for hours simply just overloading you with stuff on this one question. I don't want to bore you, unfortunately, because you're a busy lady and you've got a lot of places to be. So I will say the experience was absolutely sensational. Now, the audition itself, I'll focus on the audition for a minute, because Linda, can you tell me, like, a point of time in your life where you were really, really nervous? Like, can you think of one at all? Like a time in your life where you were just, like, drop dead scared?
Last Saturday at the big event.
Yeah.
Really? Can you tell me about that? I'm really intrigued, because I heard about it, but I never got to see it.
We all danced at the big event with Cara, the dancer, on a Tuesday, but on the Saturday we've been dancing. Well, it wasn't exactly on the stage, but at the front of the stage, and there was lots of people. I was thinking the same, like, I can't do this. I really can't do this.
100%. And it's so common to feel that way, but it went well, didn't it?
Yeah, and I've done it.
You did it.
No, I'm gonna do this. I can
there
do
you go,
this.
Linda. I identify with that so much, because that is exactly how I felt when I first walked on. So many people messaged me and said to me, "You looked so confident. I can't believe you have anxiety. I can't believe that you struggle so much on a day-to-day basis." But that's the thing about things like anxiety and nerves, is that only you see what it actually does to you when you really think about it. A lot of people, a lot of the time, it's very hidden. A lot of the time, it's very much something that everyone else can't really see. So, Linda, you should be really proud of yourself for doing that, because you did it. Despite the nerves, despite knowing that loads of people are going to be watching you, you get on that stage, not just for them, but for yourself as well. And to really, by the time you get there, you don't want to just prove to everybody, you want to prove to yourself that you can do it. So I guess that's another reason why I applied for BGT, to prove to myself and to the people who I care about that I'm capable of this.
What tips would you give a person, that's someone that is thinking of applying for BGT maybe next year?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's now, you can sign up right now. I mean, that's what I love. I've got a good few friends that have messaged and said that they've applied because of what they saw of me, and I'm very honoured by that. So I would say, first off, if you want to try out, like if you feel that you have a talent that you want to broadcast to the nation, one, go for it, because I said this in the audition and I stand by it. I really do believe it is the greatest platform certainly in the country, for people who want to show what they can do to the world. It's a fantastic opportunity. What would I think? What would advice I give to people who are applying? Be prepared for anything. This is television. This is entertainment. When you go out there and you're ready to show yourself out there, you can be like me and you can instantly assume that everybody's going to hate it because you've got loads of self-doubt issues. Or you can go the other way and think everybody's going to love it. You don't want to be too much of the wrong thing. Just be yourself, be neutral. Try and just be you the entire time. Don't try and be what you think everybody else wants you to be. Don't try and put on a performance or be an act. I went into the whole experience trying to tell myself, let's not worry about anything here. Just be your true, authentic self, because the nation is going to be watching you, buddy. So just be your true, authentic self, and don't worry about what anyone else has to think. And my third one would be, expect anything from people, because, when you put yourself out there, and millions of people are going to watch you, you are going to get contacted. A lot of people, especially if you're big on social media, a lot of people are going to want to contact you. And a lot of people are so, so nice. I have met and spoken to some of the most magnificent people since I last did this. But you also get a lot of criticism as well. You got a lot of people being, saying quite a lot of nasty things. Some people just don't like what you do, and that's okay. Some people just say, I didn't like what he did, and that's okay. But there are a lot of people that are very unkind sometimes on social media, where you can be anonymous and you can hide behind a certain persona that you put online. So what I would suggest to anyone is that if you go online, you need to be prepared for anything. You need to prepare yourself for anything that comes your way.
How does Travis deal with that?
How does Travis deal with that? On worst case scenario, when things get really bad, I tell myself that because it's very easy when you're reading stuff like that. Because I did get quite a bit, like all the contestants this year, on some occasion it was quite toxic for a lot of contestants. They thought that things were being really harsh, and when it came to something like that for me, one, I told myself that you should never convince yourself that the minority is the majority. Because you read a few hate comments like that, you get a few people that like that comment, and suddenly you think, right, the whole world hates me. They don't. That's literally one person on one account. And just because a few people might like that comment, it doesn't mean they're dedicating their entire life to disliking you and hating you. If anything, it takes people 10 seconds to post a comment like that, and then they go on their merry way. They don't think about it. The only person that takes anything from that away, really, is you. And you are in 100% control of how you deal with that. You are always in control of your emotions. So you cannot let a comment like that control you. You have to take control of your emotions and remember that a comment like that can't hurt you, because these people, if they're hating you, they don't matter. Also, I would also say that you need to remember that when people are being really nasty about you and start making assumptions about your personality, you have to tell yourself, this isn't me. They're not talking about me here. They are talking about a fictionalized version of me that they have come up with in their mind based on what they've seen. You do not get a full sense of who a person is and what their personality dictates that they are because of just a few moments on television. You don't. Until you meet a person, you will never fully understand who they are, and until you get to know them, you can't cast judgment, fairly. That's personally how I live my life. When it comes down to how I treat people, I do it in a way that if I don't know you, I have no right to judge you. That's who I've always been.
I wanted to ask you about when you first appeared on stage on BGT and you've done your audition. What made you choose the songs that you wanted to sing from Les Miserables, and what was it like performing in a big crowd in Manchester?
That's a fantastic question, James, and I could see how hungry you were to get that out. Thank you for that question, because I love that question. One, because, well, I love Les Mis. I absolutely adore Les Mis. In fact, James, I owe Les Mis a lot, because it was, got a sweaty in here, isn't it? I owe Les Mis a lot because it was the very first show I ever actually watched, the first musical that actually got me into musical theatre. And because I grew up loving like comic books, I loved superheroes, and I loved, you know, Wolverine and everything and stuff like that, because he was cool. And who plays Wolverine? Of course, Hugh Jackman. And Hugh Jackman, if anyone will remember, I'm sure you guys will because you're awesome, Hugh Jackman played Jean Valjean in the 2012 Tom Hooper directed live-action film of Les Miserables. Went down really well, got nominated for Oscars, he got nominated for Best Actor, which is a great accomplishment, and the film went down really well. And that was actually my first ever introduction to the show itself. So that film made me fall in love with not just Les Mis itself, but musical theatre in itself. And I felt really that it would be very cathartic if I would step on that stage and sing my favourite song from my favourite musical, the musical that got me into performing. And when it comes to what it was like, it was breathtaking, mate. Absolutely. I want you to picture in your mind performing something that you love, anything that you love. Imagine doing that in front of 4,000 human beings. It is unbelievable. And you obviously you don't see all of those people out there in the audience. You don't see every head bobbing. You don't see everyone's hands moving with the song and clapping when you're done. But you can feel it. You can hear it. You can't see the 4,000 people, but you know it's there. And it's absolutely breathtaking. And it's also crazy because when you have loads of self-doubt issues and you've got all those people validating you for something that you love to do, it really, it is life-changing. It's really, really life-changing, buddy.
What was it like when you had comments from the judges and meeting them in real life? Well, and especially meeting Anton Deck and all. I seen you as soon as you finished your performance. I bet you were happy to see him.
Very much so. True. Honestly, buddy, let me tell you, Anton Deck are amazing. They are genuine, they are kind, they are sweet. They are a great example of people who have not let a massive amount of fame change them in any way. They are just sublime. In fact, they really helped my mother out. Because obviously you saw in the audition, she was crying her eyes out, the bubbly poor little thing. And honestly, they were there comforting her, they were being kind to her, and that was so genuine. Not only that, meeting the judges, there we go, meeting the judges. Now that was a really great experience because these are industry legends. Like, these are people who know what they're talking about. They've made a name in the business. They are overly talented. Some of them have hidden talents. Like, not a lot of people know how great of a singer Amanda Holden is, but she's really great. Bruno was, honestly, what did you guys think of Bruno? Did you guys like Bruno as a judge? I loved him.
I like Bruno, and especially thing I like when Bruno says stuff, and when he stands up, he likes
You're going for it, darling.
Yeah. He likes to come alive and all, doesn't he? When he speaks and all, he likes to wow people.
I love 100%. I love his passion. His passion, his dedication. What do you think, Linda? Did you like him?
Yeah, I did really like him, and I thought I still remember what he said to you.
What did he say? I forgot.
You could perform at the West End.
Yes. I can't tell you.
To come out.
You could walk into a West End show tomorrow, darling. That's sublime. And he's just like that in real life as well. Let me tell you, he's just like that. You walk up to Bruno, you speak to him, he calls you darling, he makes you feel... You walk into a room with Bruno, you have a 5-second conversation with him, and you feel like a better person. Same with Alicia and Amanda. There is something about them that just aerates joy and happiness. And I think it's genuine. I know they get a lot of critique, a lot of stars, big stars like them. I'm not talking like...
They must all be Welsh.
Scratch a Welshman, he will sing. But honestly, all 4 of them were wonderful. Now, I didn't get to meet Simon properly. He did tap me on the shoulder. He did walk past me and tap me on the shoulder, which was like a sign of like approval, I suppose. So I will certainly take that off Mr. Simon Cowell. But everyone was wonderful. Alicia was very attractive, obviously. So was Amanda, obviously. I mean, come on. And the whole thing was wonderful. They were wonderful.
Do you know when you were in the final and all, and you had other performers and people doing the auditions?
Yeah.
What was it like being with Ghetto Kids and all the other people? Like,
well, honestly, you mentioned the Ghetto Kids. I genuinely thought the Ghetto Kids were going to win this thing. Walking into that final, I genuinely thought they had this thing in the bag. And that's not just because they had supporters from all over the place, but they were just that good. They were so unique and so sublime in every single way. And it was a beautiful thing what they wanted to do with the money as well. They wanted to give back to their community. I think that's wonderful. But overall, the entire final is actually, let me tell you guys, first I didn't expect to be there. I genuinely thought that when the semi-finals came along, Harry Churchill, you've got it, buddy. You know, get that guitar down to the finals because you won. Brian May's going to come and support you. But no, somehow I managed to get to that final. And as much as, you know, I would have been happy for Harry, I'm so glad I got there because it was such a tremendous experience. And the other contestants, like you said, they were amazing. And it's not just that. What you see on TV doesn't really come close to the whole experience because you get rehearsals beforehand as well, and you get to see each like contestant's rehearsal on a little screen backstage. And it's breathtaking. People like Musa, for example. I remember tears streaming down my eyes watching his rehearsal a few hours before we went live because his performance was that sublime in every single way. Do you remember Musa, the dancer with the one leg?
Yeah, he was good.
Wasn't he just fantastic? Yeah.
But I thought you were good, and all you deserved the golden buzzer.
You're too kind.
You were golden buzzer.
Can we please start a petition to have James and Linda as judges for next BGT? I think because I might get a golden buzzer there. Who other than me, guys? And here's a question for you guys. Other than me, because you're biased and you love me. Other than me, who would you have wanted to win?
For me, the little magician from
Killian.
Ireland. Yeah,
Loved Killian.
Yeah,
he was amazing.
Yeah, and I think he's got his own backstory. You know, everybody's got a backstory. You know, he was one special boy, and I thought his magic was yeah.
Oh yeah, and meeting him was wonderful as well. He's such a creative kid. What about you, James?
I thought Musa was quite good, the one with the one leg, and I thought the PE teacher was quite good. How he done them.
Yes,
he
of
was
course.
Amazing.
Unfortunately, he didn't make it to the final, but he was really great. He's such a nice guy as well.
And I thought the Ghetto Kids were good, and all from
wonderful. Yeah.
Uganda.
That's it. Yeah. What about you, Linda?
I like Musa and the Ghetto Kids.
Yeah. You guys. I mean, you guys are married. You have to agree.
Yeah.
That's my girl. High five. Put it there. Sassy. Good luck, James.
What was your favourite, Tom?
The same as what James just said.
Yeah?
Similar, yeah.
Brilliant.
Who is your inspiration?
Wow. Really put me on the spot there. Musically, I've got a bunch of them because they all fall into different categories of singing. When it comes to stuff that I love, that sounds good to me and, you know, it sounds good for my voice, my inspirations were always classical singers, people like Josh Groban, Michael Ball, you know, Alfie Boe, Bryn Terfel of Welsh fame, obviously. These are the kinds of people that really gave me hope that there was still a place for the kind of songs that fit my voice, the songs that I love. Because I'm really lucky, because the songs that fit my voice are also songs that I really enjoy and I really love. You'd be surprised by the amount of people who fall into the trap of not singing the right songs that fit their voice because they don't like the songs. You know, I could be trying to sing an Ed Sheeran song and you'd probably sound okay, but the things that make your voice stand out, though, you need to find that. You need to find that classical sound. At least I did anyway. So musically, those are my inspirations. Obviously, even though I don't sound good singing his stuff, he's such an iconic legend. Freddie Mercury. Well done, that was amazing. Would you just fart, Linda? Was that you? Are you sure?
No.
You can edit that if you want.
Yeah, we might leave it in yet.
That was a table.
That was a table.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so when it comes down to it, Freddie Mercury is such an iconic legend. Like, you guys know Freddie Mercury, obviously lead singer of Queen. He's fantastic in every way. One of the most influential human beings in music history. Me personally, I would say, and this is just me personally, greatest vocalist of all time. I mean, I would say that hands down. The vocal range on that man, the tone, the quality. I can't find the words for it because there are no words. I think science fails to prove it. And obviously, inspiration in terms of real life. The mother, obviously. Honestly, I know she's bobbing her head in disapproval right now, but she really has.
Fourth down the line there, man.
So Freddie Mercury, yeah. Alfie Boe, Bryn Terfel, her. Yeah, it's really, she made me who I was. She taught me everything that I need to know. I guess I could mention the father in there as well, but he's not here. So,
what's your thoughts? I'm a big Tom Ball fan.
I'm a humongous Tom Ball fan.
I am absolutely Tom Ball mad.
He is. He's.
I would like to see you two doing a show on Tombola.
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 Is that what we call it?
Tombola.
Tom Ball sings Frozen.
Yeah, but I'd love to see you two doing a show.
I'm so glad you guys mentioned that.
Yes, I think you should go ahead.
Well, I freaked out particularly.
Why did you freak out?
I freaked out particularly quite hard a few weeks ago because Tom Ball did recently follow me on Instagram.
Wow.
So I'm very honoured by that. And he did, he's messaged me a few times congratulating me, which speaks for the, not only is he a tremendous performer in every single way, right, but he's also such a nice guy. Like, it certainly ain't for the camera. I don't care what people say. The man is wonderful. He didn't have to do that. I'm just, he's got 40,000 followers. I have, like, what, 1,000, 2,000, whatever. And that's only because of BGT. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to go out of his way to congratulate me, but he did, because he's such a nice chap. And I think that speaks a lot as well. So if you want to look for inspiration, it's not just who's good at what they do, but who is kind whilst doing it. Yeah. When you want to succeed in any industry in the world, it's the strength of your character and your personality and your kindness that speaks a heck of a lot more than what you actually do. So kindness is really important.
Round of applause for that, I
TV,
think, guys.
music, or both as a career path?
Both 1,000,000,000%. If I can get to a point in my life where I can make both music and acting, whether it be at the same time or if it's topsy-turvy, back and forth, I don't matter. There's plenty that do it. I mean, look at Michael Ball. He's done stage acting. He started off doing musical theatre. That's where he's primarily known for. He's done television stuff. Same as Hugh Jackman. He started off on, what was it, Oklahoma? Yeah, everyone. He started dancing on stage, and now he's stabbing people as Wolverine. I mean, the man is probably the nicest guy in Hollywood as well, as people say. So, what I love about this industry itself is that it provides so much chance for people to be versatile. Unless you put yourself in a box, you can put yourself in any place you want to be, and you're so free to experiment. So if I can get to a point where I can make all of that my living, I will literally, guys, be the happiest person on the planet. And I will come to Abel and I will tell you all about it. And I'll give you all the hugs you want.
Oh.
This week is Learning Disability Week. What words of encouragement would you give to people?
Wow. I have to think about that one. Don't let the world suffocate you. You know, do everything in your power to try and... I think it's important to really live in the one singular moment that you're in. Especially when you have learning disabilities, because I think a lot of people who don't have a learning disability, or they don't identify as something like that, or they are, I guess, not neurodiverse in any way. I think a lot of people fail to realise just how overwhelming it can be for people at certain times. And whilst certain people with learning disabilities might appear to be okay, a lot of the time it can very much be totally not. And I could word that so much better, but the world can be a really, really overwhelming place. So I would say find a way to live in the moment at all times and try and enjoy the present as much as you can, because this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Every single thing that you feel at any point in time goes away, whether it's good, whether it's bad. So enjoy every second and don't think about everything that's happening in the world around you. Don't get overwhelmed by that, because all that matters is where you are right now in this moment.
I wanted to ask you about, do you know when you, before you come on stage, you know, and then you say you're from South Wales, and how do you make that, like the video, or when you say a bit about yourself when you first start?
Oh, you mean the videotape? Well, unfortunately, I wish I was clever enough to say that I was able to do that all by myself. But when you get through on BGT, you are provided with like a small crew of people that come to see you, and they do what is called a videotape, and they bring a camera. You've got the sound guy who makes sure everything sounds right. You've got the script coordinator, and you've got people who, a small group of people who come and create a videotape for you. So that thing that plays before the semi-finals and the finals, that is a videotape that they perform with you, and they ask you questions like, who are you, where'd you come from, what's your dream, what's your passion, and that takes about an hour, maybe 2 hours, and they get a few shots of you walking outside to make it all look so nice and pretty, and they ask your family stuff, and once they've got all that content, they go into a big editing room, just similar to how you guys edit these podcasts, I'm assuming, make me all pretty. You're going to need a lot of Photoshop to make this look appealing. And you're going, and when they do that, they edit it down, make it look really nice, and put it to about, I don't know, 30-50 seconds, ready for the semis. So yeah, honestly, I have the easiest job when it comes to something like that.
What's next for Travis?
Well, first of all, I want to go to a chippy and have a big sausage and back. No, I'm kidding. First of all, I want to say it's been an absolute pleasure returning to Abel. It really is, seeing how this place has evolved. No pun intended. Yeah, seeing how you guys have turned this magnificent place into something what is surprisingly even more and more magnificent. Seeing how you guys have evolved, how you've fallen into your spaces here, this podcast, I mean, it's fantastic. You guys should be really proud of yourselves. What's next for Travis? Anything and everything. Hopefully not death. I want to just grasp any opportunity that comes my way. You want to sing at a hall? Let's do it. You want to sing for charity? Let's do it. You want to dress up as a clown and act as Marlon Brando?
I think we'll head for a one night only with Travis. When he settled down,
you don't want to see what I can do, buddy. Trust me. 3 days. 3 days. What? If you want me to be Marlon Brando for 3 days, I'll give it my best. Anything that comes my way that really lets me put my passion out there, I want to take that with both hands. hope
Would
not.
you ever go back on BGT again, even though you've been on there this year?
I mean, if they asked me, hands down, 100%. If that was something they wanted to give me. Right now, I personally feel it would be unfair for other up-and-coming people who want to showcase their talent. I feel like it'd be unfair if I tried to get back on there again. But if they asked me and they wanted me to do like a guest thing, or if they wanted me for anything, hands down, 100%. I'd be honoured, my friend.
How does people get up to the BGT? Like, not to be a finalist or go on stage. What
Do you mean to audition?
No, like to sit
Audience tickets
in the audience and get tickets. I know. How do you watch? How do you?
I'm actually not sure. I think when it comes to the finals, I'm pretty sure that you just line up and hope that you can get your ticket. Am I right? Am I wrong?
There's a way to apply online.
Right, that's it, yeah. I think the main way that people do it is you apply online. I think that's how it is, and it might be a random selection.
Tickets for Britain's Got Talent, it'll take you to the website.
Thank you for coming in today, Travis.
It's been an absolute pleasure, guys. Like I said, watching Abel and watch it transform slowly and beautifully, it's one of the greatest pleasures I've had throughout this process, and it's so wonderful to be back here again today.
So what's your favourite part of Abel then, Travis, since you've been here so far?
But Tom, I'd be in total disarray if I didn't say you, wouldn't I?
I know, yeah.
What a terrible answer it would be if I didn't say you.
I know it would be.
My favourite part of Abel
at the moment.
My favourite part of Abel is the unity. My favourite part of Abel is the true family feel that you get the moment you walk through the door. It's true.
It's good.
Like Sean, because I congratulated Sean on how great things are looking when he came in.
Things are looking at
That's it. Yeah,
that's how we want it.
And Sean confirmed to me that it wasn't just him. It wasn't just one individual person. Everyone came together to make these improvements beautiful.
Right. Thank you, guys.
So we're done, yeah?
I think
Well
that's
done, guys.